Once again, it's a privilege to be welcomed into your homes. Today, we are reflecting on Luke chapter 1, verse 39 to 56 for the feast of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This feast celebrates Mary's full sharing in the risen life of Christ. In the words of Mary's prayer in the Gospel reading, "The Almighty has done great things for me." This feast also reminds us that the Almighty wants to do the same great things for all of us. In the words of St. Paul in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 4 to 5, we are all destined to be brought into life in Christ. Paul also wrote to the members of the church in Philippi that I'm confident of this, that the one who began a good work among you will bring it to completion. God has brought his good work in Mary to completion in heaven. God's good work was well underway in Mary before she came to share in Christ's heavenly glory. We can see evidence of God's good work in her in today's gospel reading. When her older cousin Elizabeth was pregnant with John the Baptist and in need of support, Mary set out and went out as quickly as she could from Nazareth to the hill country of Judah, even though Mary was pregnant herself with Jesus. According to the gospel reading, she ended up staying with Elizabeth about 3 months. God's good work in our lives shows itself in the kind of loving service that Mary showed to Elizabeth. Whenever we go on a journey to support someone in need, God's good work is coming to pass in us. In response to Mary's opening greeting, Elizabeth asked, "Why should I be honored with a visit from the mother of my Lord?" Mary physically brought the Lord to Elizabeth. We are all called to bring the Lord to others by our goodness and kindness, and whenever we do so, we are honoring them. God's good work in Mary also found expression in her prayer, which has come to be known as the Magnificat. Mary was a woman of prayer as well as a woman of loving service. Her loving service of others flowed from her life of prayer. When we give time to God in prayer, God's good work is finding expression in our lives. Dear friends, our calling is to keep opening ourselves up to God's good work in our lives, expressed in loving service of others and in prayer to God, so that God can do for us what he did for Mary, bringing his good work to completion in our lives by leading us to share fully in Christ's risen life. Shalom. Peace.